Welcome back to the DNA Pest Control Podcast. We got the memo. We had no idea, and we did not plan this. It's Pink Shirt Day.
It is. It is for those of you watching us. So if you just listen to us, make sure to check us out because we coordinated some of the new DNA gear that we have coming out.
Yes.
Got some awesome golf shirts that we actually wore last weekend when we played for the first time together. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it was actually. That was awesome out there. Watch how bad we are.
Yeah. Well, now we know.
Yeah, but don't worry, we're getting better. So when these golf tournaments come up at Pest World and other locations, we'll be there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be there, and we're going to be ready.
I love that.
So, well, I think everyone's been waiting. I sure have been. I really wanted to get back into it and go over these clips, go over the stories.
Exactly.
You know, NPMM Winner. You know, so we wanted to go over the National Pest Management Month winner with the best story, craziest story. Some of these guys actually gave us two stories. We're going to do a quick recap over these. So to give you an idea of what how the episode's going to go today, it's going to be a little bit different. So if you are listening to the podcast, you're not going to be able to see it. So you'll be able to hear the stories, but you're not going to see the stories and see a little bit of what they're doing and the reactions and everything. So I do suggest going over to YouTube to check it out and actually see, you know, these guys go back, and it's going to be a good recap. So we just pulled the stories from the episodes, and we are going to go in order. So from National Pest Management Month, the first guest to the very last guest, we're going in order, and we're going to give out scores, okay? So we are going to score you guys as the story goes on, and the best man is going to win on this one. So should we jump in?
Let's jump in.
Okay, here we go. So you may see us kind of looking up. There is a screen because we want to watch it just I hope that you guys do too, but we want to watch it just like you guys want to watch it. And so we're going to be looking up a little bit. So if you see our heads kind of going up, it's because we are watching it with you. So don't think something's wrong with us. We're okay. Okay, let's jump into it. So for the first guest, here we go. Casey.
That's right.
All right. Here it is. If you didn't know, you know it's National Pest Management Month, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
I wait for it every year.
Well,
love that.
I hope you're not that excited about it, but funny, dude. So, did you know we're doing a competition?
I did not. No, sir.
Okay, perfect. So, Casey, we're doing a competition. You need to be a part of it. You are actually now a part of it, and you didn't even realize you're a part of it. So whether you like it or not, you're here. Yes. So we want to get the best story from the guys that are out there. The craziest story, just something you got. We want to hear it. The best story is going to win. We're going to send you some swag. So hoodie, t-shirt, hat. Think about your best experience out there, or worst. Yeah, give us a good one. What do you got for us off the top of your head?
Well, what I deal with a lot is people that don't understand maybe pricing or something like that. So I usually don't have horrible experiences. However, I went to a home recently. Actually, it was an old a commercial account, and it had been just left open for years. It was an old.
Remember this?
They made food there. I don't really want to disclose too much about it, just in case. But it was infested with rats, trees on the roof, wide open crawl space, low crawl space, moisture in there, holes in the wall. And it was the very first job that I ever recommended that we start off using Liquitox at. And I don't even know if it can. Can y'all even use that out in California?
No,
probably not.
Yeah. It must be hard to operate a pest control company in the most conservative, or surprisingly state and for industry standards. But anyways, I went there and they were just everywhere, big fat roof rats everywhere. And it was so bad. It was the first one in 7 years, as someone that builds plans of action for situations, that I've ever said, you know what, we have to shock and awe this place. If we're not going to burn it down, we got to use liquid tox. So
there it is.
But that was, and that was this week, actually, this past week.
And have you done a follow-up on that one yet?
It was Friday. It was yesterday. So we are just about to get started, but I offered to bring my dog because we hunt rats at night for fun, around chicken coops and all of that. And
okay.
Oh, cool.
But the lady said that she had distributed 3.5 pounds of rodenticide, and obviously when I got there, it was not secured. So it was it was pretty rough. But we're going to help her out. We're going to get her squared away.
Yeah, no, you know what? I'm going to follow up with you on Monday then, or Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll send you an email.
Yeah.
I want to know how many dead rats you get.
Well, I pulled one out as I was leaving.
Oh, okay.
That must have achieved its toxicity level from her Walmart stuff, but
add it on and run it. Okay, there we go. All right. So we're going to take some time. Let's get the scoreboard ready to go. How big do we want it? It may bleed through the paper too.
Oh, that's fine.
So we gotta. What are we doing? 1 to 10?
Yeah, so we're doing it 1 out of 10, and then we'll add the scores. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So the highest score is 20 out of 20.
Okay, I got it. I know what mine is. Okay.
Ready?
All right. Reveal. Same time.
Same time. 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
not bad.
Okay, we were close.
Yeah.
Okay. Why a 5?
A 5 because it was obviously, if I'm in that situation, I'm going to be looking around thinking it's nasty, it's gross, we got to do a ton of stuff. I think it could have gotten a higher score if he had more information on the follow-up, or he had, we caught this many rats in this area, this many rats in this area. There were droppings all over, where they're actually making the food. I think it's a nasty situation. I think he was just delicate when he was explaining it a little bit.
Yeah.
Out of respect, and nothing wrong with that, but we're just going on. At least that's how I'm grading it. It's like
best story,
severity, storytelling, what you did, and the results. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I think the 6, Casey did a great job. I think a past story would have been better because then we could have gotten the actual ending of it, right? Yes. So it's kind of the beginning of the absolute mess that he's going to walk into. Yeah. Actually, now that he's already walked into, so it's already been done. He's probably already taken care of the issue by now.
Yeah.
So the follow-up on that is going to be great.
Nice, yeah.
We gotta figure it out. My bad. That is totally on me. I forgot to reach out. So
it's all good.
But we have stuff we gotta do
That's
as
true.
well. So we're trying to, but I will follow up with him. I put a 6 because of that too, right? I know the situation, how bad it's gonna be, but I also we don't have the ending of the story.
Yeah.
So we can imagine what kind of mess that's gonna look like and how many dead rodents are there that Monday morning, because I bet there were dozens just dead everywhere, especially if they didn't use like actual snap traps, so they're not pulling them out.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've done it where I've put bait in places and then there was just like dead ones on the floor.
Yeah.
So story that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a really nasty one.
I know.
Oof. Yeah. I can only imagine what the smell's going to be like, what it's going to look like.
Yeah. I'm just keeping track of the scores here. So Casey will do 11.
Yeah, the utter destruction of the rat population there. Oh, man.
Okay. Onward.
Oh, let's see. Okay, sorry, I got to get this going. All right, here we go. On to the next. Let's get this back up and rolling. Oh. There we go. Okay, here we go. Oh, Sylvia. That's the next one, Sylvia.
That's
exactly what I was going to ask.
Cool.
Okay.
So one of the ways that you collect ants, and I wish I would have brought it with me. I didn't realize we're going to be on screen too, but
Okay.
it's called an aspirator. So web search it, it's called an aspirator. And
Okay.
it's this little tube that's connected to a rubber tubing. And you have a little part that you put down on the ground. And basically it's the way you can collect ants without squishing them. And so you suck in and and the ants go into the tube without you sucking them in because there's a screen.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to collect. And I was out on a job trying to, some weird ants, and you're trying to figure out what they are. And I'm going to say, let's figure out who it is. Obviously, the tools are not working, right? So, but I was late for my office time. And so I threw my aspirator in the back seat. I'm going the freeway, probably. I'm not in a company car, but my own car, but too fast. Get pulled over. The cop's like, all right, you're going pretty fast. Yeah, I was out in the field. And he looks in the back seat. And so he's like, hey, could you get out of the car? And so I get out of the car. He's like, so how you feeling? I go, I'm great, late. And he's like, so what's in the back seat? We're going to have to inspect your car. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. And so I look and I see it's the aspirator. And he's like, so you want to tell me a little bit about that? I go, oh, it's to collect ants. He's like, sure it is. I'm like, no, it really is. And he goes, sure. And I go, no, can I demonstrate it? It's not going to hurt you. And so he lets me get it out of the car. I'm like, see, I go, so there I am on the side of the 60 freeway, sucking ants, showing the cop that it's an aspirator. And he says, oh my God, I thought I saw it all. Just go. Have a nice day.
He's like, I'm good. I don't even care.
Yeah. So ants saved my bacon that day.
Yeah, right.
There we go.
Yes.
Oh my. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. So I'm assuming it looks like some drug type of
It does. If you know what, after I looked at it and I got back to the office, they're like, oh yeah, Sylvia, that totally looks like some drug paraphernalia. And it's really to collect small insects.
Ah, that is so interesting. I didn't even know that you would do that. So you're you're just sitting on the ground sucking up a bunch of ants.
Oh yeah, there I am on the side of the freeway, and the cop was just shaking his head, and I go, look, we got some. And he's like, yeah, just go.
I believe you. Just go.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That is actually awesome. Okay.
Yes.
So you got your favorite ant. This is a crazy ant.
Mm-hmm.
Your drug story.
Yeah.
So
Alleged drug story. It was my ant collecting story.
you never got ticketed or arrested.
No.
So what would you say is the most dangerous ant? Okay. There it is. Sylvia. Always great.
Yeah, she was fun to have on.
Yeah, she was.
Good to talk to her again.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that was good. Okay, let's see. That is a good funny one. That is like once in a lifetime type of story, you know. All right. Ready?
2, 1.
Oh,
Dude.
Dang. Okay. All right. Okay.
So Sylvia gets a 16.
Sylvia's getting a 16. I'll go first this time. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good because it's such a unique experience. I don't think a technician, I know that a technician out in the field isn't going to have that type of experience.
Yeah.
Maybe something with a dead animal or something weird like that, but we didn't get that. But getting pulled over, thinking it's like a pipe or a bong in the back of the seat.
Yeah, some crazy,
Yeah, drug day, it's such a unique story that you don't get. Mm-hmm. It's just so random and out there. I thought it was pretty good. It was just a unique, very, very unique story.
Yeah. What I really like is I can just, because I met Sylvia at Rodent Academy, and like when she's actually up there and presenting information and connecting with people, she's so passionate. You know what I mean?
Oh
like
yeah,
she loves it, and I could just picture this like cop who's irritated, and she's like just super excited. Like, see, we caught some.
Oh yeah.
But no, great storytelling, funny stories. That's why I gave it an 8.
Yeah, I can see her nerding out on that.
Yeah.
I know because it happens to me too when they like hit a subject or an insect or like a chemical or something that I know and I know well, and then I can just go on and on and on. So I can see her doing that where she's just like, "See, look, and this is the type of ant, and this is this," and he's just like, "Okay, get out of here."
Yeah, we're done.
So, oh man, that is awesome.
Cool, strong 16.
Strong 16. Oh yeah, easy. Yeah. Okay, let's get the next one going. See what we have. I'm trying to remember all of them. Oh, Wes
Brown.
Okay. In the industry. What is one of the craziest stories or experiences you've had out in the field?
So, I've listened to the previous pest guests for this month, and, I've been thinking about it, and I kind of had, a good and bad in mind.
Totally.
They're both quick. The best was I was at a company that didn't allow technicians to receive tips, but some people insist. And, if they insisted, I would not decline because it builds rapport. If you continuously decline, it's like when they offer you water. So I would keep the cash tips in my truck. And anytime I saw, a homeless person that didn't look like they were just going to take it and, go buy something that was going to be detrimental to them, I would give it to them. And so one day I gave somebody, some cash from my tips, and somebody around me in traffic had seen it. And I was in the company truck, so they saw the number and they called and they mentioned it and then signed up for service. They were like, I see what you're doing and I want to be a part of it. So that was, it's not crazy, but it's not common either. And then the bad one was I was doing a crawl space inspection, and I saw some obvious wood rot due to moisture. And so I crawled over to check it out. I'd taken my jacket off at the door because it was cold outside, but it was pretty humid in that crawl space. And it was a medium clearance crawl space. I got up on my knees and I had my head up between the joists and I was checking it out. And I heard the toilet above me flush. Next thing I knew, I was being sprayed all in the face by plumbing. Yeah.
Oh,
and that's not the end of it either. I gathered myself, crawled out of the crawl space, immediately, took my shirt off. Thankfully, it didn't get on my pants. And so I just put my jacket on, over myself and got in the truck. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I drove, to a gas station or a pharmacy or something, went back to the bathroom, tried to clean myself. And when I took my jacket off, I'd been bit by a brown recluse. The brown recluse had gotten in my jacket while I was doing this inspection. So I was like, well, do I shower first and then go get seen, or do I go get seen first? I don't know what to do here. And
so you saw the spider?
I did. Yeah. When I took the jacket off to, clean myself up, he went across the floor of the bathroom.
Oh, did you feel the bite?
I didn't feel it.
Okay.
But I could see, a little spot, and I was like, yeah, that wasn't there when I took my shirt off to change. And I was wearing the jacket over myself, bare skinned. And yeah, that was my first bite.
Oh man. What did they do to help with the bite? First bite.
So the doctor was kind of, a little doubtful at first because it was just an itsy bitsy little spot. Yeah. And, I'm kind of just pointing at my hat saying, I know what I'm talking about, respectfully. Yeah. And, they're like, well, how do you know? And I said, it crawled out of my jacket.
You're like, I saw it.
Here's this bump looks like this, but here's, 20 pictures I've taken in the last 30 minutes of how it has changed rapidly. I had an allergic reaction to it. And they're like, okay, I'll take your word for it. And they ended up giving me an antibiotic to take.
Oh, okay. And everything was fine?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's crazy.
But it was two things in one. Yeah. Yeah, shower and then
Oh man. Okay.
That's pretty good.
That is a good one. I don't
there.
think I have a bathroom story like that.
Hopefully you never will.
No, I think we've talked about it before, at least for me. I mean, I've only been.
Man, that was a good one.
Let's give him one score on the second one. For those who have like two stories, maybe we could just do like the better one and score that one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that. So yeah, because we wanted like a crazy story. I mean, that was a really nice story, and it was a very kind thing to do.
Yeah.
And that's cool that he got a sell off of it. And
but it'd have gotten like a 2 or a 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm with you, because what we're looking for is we're not looking for a nice story, a kind story. Even those are always good stories, and those are always good to hear for technicians going out in the field and they're doing those things. But I'm with you, right? No one cares about a really good story. Sorry, Wes. There's others that do have really good stories. I have some good stories, but when it comes to that crazy stuff, people want to know, like, your pest control. What's the craziest thing? What have you seen? What rat? What bug? Have you been stung? They never ask, like, what kind thing did you do? So I know it's unfortunate, but we're focusing on the crazy.
Exactly. So we'll focus on the second one with underneath the home and then the spider. So.
Oh, man. Okay. I got it. Okay, you ready?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, a 10.
I got to give credit when it's due.
Okay, no, I was going to do a 10, but I had to hold myself back because I was like, wait, you know what? Could there be a better story?
There could be, but when you ask somebody, like, what's the craziest thing you've done? And they say they just ate a shit sandwich and they got bit by a brown recluse in the matter of like an hour, I'm like,
it's up there.
Yeah,
it's up there.
I'll give it to you, Wes. Yeah,
you're right. And I was gonna do a 10, and I held back a little bit. Maybe I should have, because you're right. How many people are like, I literally got sprayed in the face, freshly sprayed in the face from someone who knows who.
Yeah,
above going to the bathroom. Oh, and on top of that, I got bit by one of the most famous spiders in the world.
Yeah,
all in one day.
Yeah.
All in one day's work.
Yeah.
So you're right. You're right. That was a good one, but we'll give him the 19.5.
19.5. Good job, Wes. You're in that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that is, I hope people did, we got to get some good comments on that. Guys, please comment. Send us some. What do you guys think about that story?
Seriously.
That was a good one. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Onward.
Let's move on to the next one. God, National Pest Management Month was fun. That was a really fun month. A ton of good guests. Okay, here we go. Bailey, Mr. Bailey.
Oh gosh, this is for the industry.
Yeah, let's. How clean do we want to keep this?
Everything is HR appropriate.
Yeah, perfect. It's good for the workspace. No, let's hear it. I mean, I don't mind a customer experience and a pest experience. I think both would be great.
Yeah. Preference on which one first?
Customer.
So a crazy one for a customer is you guys are probably aware of her, but she is on my route. She's older, doesn't have the greatest of memory.
Okay.
She's got a small 2-story little house that we do just a general spray on.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I go there, she tells me she has this issue with eggs in her cabinets and like the drawers and everything. And every time I go look, it's mouse droppings.
Oh.
And I have to keep telling her it's mouse droppings, and she won't do anything about it. It's just
look at the eggs. Look at all these.
It just blows my mind. I don't understand it.
Oh, have you ever tried to be like, those are Tic Tacs?
No,
Where's I think Tic Tacs fell out on the floor. Like, what's going on here?
I've tried telling her, like, you got to just sweep them away, disinfect them and clean them and get rid of them. She goes, no, it's okay. They're eggs, and my dog takes care of them.
Your dog
bunch of
eating the
rodent
mouse
crap.
droppings.
Okay, I'll have a good day.
Oh man. Okay. That's a good one. Let's hear the pest.
The pest one was
double. You had a double
one of the gnarliest ones I've seen so far. It was a rodent return we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Second rodent return, and I read the notes prior coming to it. Previous technician removed a few rodents in the cellar below the home.
Okay.
And when I came back to check them this time, there was one of them caught in a snap trap on the ground, halfway eaten from the backside.
Ass first.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was just
Sorry, kids.
I was not expecting that sight.
Oh my gosh, dude, that is too good. Ass first. Oh man. Okay.
Huh.
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Aaron.
Welcome. Hey, if you would have waited a little bit. So, refresher, Bailey is the tech that actually works with us. So he's on the business side. So he's actually a active branch 2 route tech.
Yeah.
He's been with us for 7 months, 6 months.
Yeah.
And if he would have just waited just a little bit longer, we went to a job recently where there was a T-Rex trap that was closed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it just snapped and went off, and we opened it and a little head popped out.
No way.
Yeah, I have a picture of it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Hold on, you're good, because I'll put it close enough so they can see too.
Okay. Yeah, this is okay.
So, but anyways, based on that second story,
okay,
think about that for a second.
We can combine them too. The Tic Tac eating dog, little mice poop. I got it. Oh, let's make that a little bit darker. Oh, okay. Mine's gonna look funky.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, ready?
3, 2, 1. Okay.
Oh.
Not bad.
Okay, flop.
Not bad. You go first while I'm looking at this.
Okay. Bailey, I'm giving you a 7, and I'd give you a 7. Well, one, you're newer in the industry. So getting into these situations, you do kind of see some funky stuff. I've seen it before. I've seen it where they've eaten them. I've seen it where they've like cleaned it off the bottom half of the rodent, and the rest of it, it's just gone,
Literally, yeah.
Only the head's caught in it. That with the T-Rex trap and the head clean off, I've never seen that. I've seen it where 2 mice have been caught on one trap. That's happened. And I think that's a little bit more common probably in a really heavily infested city of rodents. But here in Sacramento, California, we don't have a ton, and it's not super bad. But, oh my gosh, that's great.
Hold on. I don't know if you could see that. That is a T-Rex trap.
Oh, you may need to get up and actually go and put it up.
I'm getting it for you guys. I got
Yeah. Get up closer to there and see.
Yeah. This is cool.
I guess I could always add it into the video, but we won't. It's all right. There's a little head there and the T-Rex trap.
Yeah, dude, so we went up to it.
Yeah. Put your mic back on. Yeah. So, babe, I'm giving you a 7 because that is a great story. But you are going to see more of that as you get into the rodent stuff. Yeah. And that's going to come up pretty frequently. Mm-hmm. Crazier rodent ones is when you're seeing like an Armageddon of rodents. I've been to one of those. Personally, I had that one. But still good story.
Yes.
So solid 7 on that. Easy. That was a good one.
Yep.
But what were you going to say?
No, I just gave him a 6 because good story. Nasty. I know the lady she's talking about, and I've had the same experience.
Oh, really?
Times. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one with the Tic Tac lady. But yeah. A little timid with the storytelling, though. He's very out there, and
no, he held back on us.
Yeah,
so he's way better than that, but he was nervous.
We'll get a part 2. You redeem yourself.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, because I know He is way better in person. Come on, Bailey.
It's all good.
It's all right. He's going to listen to this and he's going to laugh. So
I know.
so it's okay.
Cool. Solid 13 from Mr. Bailey.
Okay, here we go. Let's get this one going. Who is the next one? Trying to remember. Mr. Raul.
So I have two really quick ones. Not too crazy, but just going over to a house. It was a Saturday, my Saturday service.
Okay.
And I get off, ask her, I was like, what's the problem? Oh, she starts going off on me. I mean, almost cussing me out. And I'm standing there so confused. It's my first couple months of work. She's like, well, I'm just trying to get my money's worth. And I was like, it's always, we're always going to do it for you. Just tell me what's the issue and we'll take care of it. And she has no issues. There's nothing going wrong, but she's yelling at me for about 5 minutes straight, telling me that I need to, do the webs, respray inside and outside. I was like, well, she's not seeing anything. We're not having any issues. Just quick Alpine treatment. I was like, just in case. I think the worst one I've had, which is an issue I've still been having, is the cockroaches. The people that really don't care, they just do it because their landlord tells them. It's going into a house. You think everything's normal, but the second you walk around behind the picture frames, carpets, behind their food, I was just there yesterday. And you still get those same cockroaches issues. And, at this point, it's burn the house because no sanitation will clean it.
It's like, just get rid of the whole house. That's the only way we're going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's always fun, but
Okay, Raul. Here we go. Okay, let's give him one. He did say he was nervous on that episode, so I'm gonna give him. See, and we should have asked. I know he does residential stuff, but I should have gave him a little bit more of what he actually does. God, and I wrote that really small.
Good. 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Nice.
5 + 1. Okay, why'd you give 5 + 1?
He said he was nervous.
Oh,
I'll give him a point for
see,
nervousness.
Oh, okay. So it was okay.
There we go. So
No, I think that was good. I think it was because he was nervous. He would have gotten into a little bit more detail, because that story was very light. He didn't get too much into it with the cockroaches. But if you've ever been to some of those situations where they are bad, oh man, are they bad? And they could be really bad. So I get it. But 5 for me.
Yep. 6 for
Okay,
me.
awesome. We got that one on there. Let's see.
Next.
Okay, here we go. Get my paper ready. See how good this is going to be. Where's the next one? Okay, here it is. Mr. Jonathan.
Got Johnny.
Now, are we on to the stories? You keep us on this
No.
stories. Come on.
He was fun.
He was
So
fun.
I have a couple stories. So the one is customer service and mistake I made, and then the other one, I'll start with this one, and then the other one's a nasty story. So first one is the customer service. So we run on pest routes, like you guys, right? Or field routes now, right?
Yeah.
So we use the same system, and I don't know if you guys remember. It was the old one, the first original app. I think it was called
Pest routes.
Best Routes Mobile. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, the technical difficulties.
It was not the one they just went out with, the one a few months ago. It was way before that.
Importance to not have
if you go into the complete tab, it'll have where you can have customer notes seen by customer. It has a little parenthesis seen by customer, and then in the old system, it used to have another box underneath it that said additional notes. Didn't say where it went, and then it said another box underneath that said customer or office notes only seen by office or something, right? Office only, and you can flag it. So I always used to use the customer notes for obviously ones I want to put on the invoice, and then flag note. And I never used to use the third box right in between them. So once we were meeting or whatever, and I was like, I asked my boss, I was like, hey, what's this third box for? And he was like, oh, it's just a general notes box. Nobody's going to see it. So the office, you can't flag it. It's just the customer doesn't see it. The office doesn't really see it because you can't flag it. It's just a general, more notes. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. So I started using it, and I used it for notes that I didn't want the customer to see, but I didn't really need the office to see. I would put on just random notes, just in case like something comes up and they have to look back in services. There's obviously a note in there, but the office didn't really need to see at the time. So just something to cover my butt. So never had a problem until a customer calls, and so boss calls me on a Saturday, and I wasn't working that Saturday. And he was like, hey, this customer is extremely mad. She wants to cancel the service and everything. And I'm like, and you serviced her. And I'm like, what happened? I was like, I never got terribly mad. This note in the account that says it's a very, very elderly lady. Her hands shake and the check is extremely hard to read. And I'm like, yeah, I remember it right off the bat. I know I put those notes in there, but I would never put that on a customer so the customer can see it. And so the backstory, I went to this customer's house and I serviced her a long time. She's upper 90s. She has a full-time caretaker, and the older lady there, she writes out the check every time. So like $100 or something. And she, older ladies, whatever or older people, when they get older, they start to shake. And I could not read this check. She wrote it out for me. And if I didn't know the amount, I would not have been able to read it. It was so shaky. Like it just like scribbles on the check. Mm-hmm. And I put a note in the additional notes that says older lady or older, homeowner. It was something along those lines. I couldn't read the check. And I put it on just because I knew if the office looked back or if they saw the check and they were questioning it, I didn't really need them to see it. Like the office, they wouldn't have known what to do it if I flagged the note. So it was just an extra note. And apparently those notes that were in additional notes were going onto the invoices, and the homeowner saw it. Well, the caretaker saw it and then shared it with the old lady, and they got so mad, and it did not go well. So, but that's not the worst part of the story, guys.
Oh,
first part of the story is the following up 3 months, going back to the same customers I've been doing for 3 months, or quarterly services, bi-monthly, whatever. And looking back at those notes, I had been putting on everybody's account of like random notes, like customer wanted to cancel, was very upset. I calmed her down, and she's all good now. Like just stuff that, or even worse than that, like customer was a Karen. I don't know if I put that bad, but just stuff that I never would have customers seeing it. And the worst part, I would read it before I go into the service, and then I knew, as I go into the house, I know they've read that note, and I'm just like cringing. I'm like, I hope they don't mention anything. I never had another customer that actually mentioned something, but I don't know what I wrote. It's like one of those cringiest things. I just want to block out of my mind. I can't believe I did it. And, I'm very cautious with my notes now.
Hey, that wasn't your fault, though, because you didn't know where that was going.
I didn't. And to this day, I don't put even notes to the office. I'm like really courteous. I don't say anything bad about the customer. I've just been scarred. But yeah, I did. But taking this leading into one of my points was taking responsibility for your actions. I called the customer. I apologized profusely. I said, I'm so sorry. I thought that was just going to be an initial no. And I was like, I don't disrespect you at all. But
how do you apologize to that? Dude? It's so hard.
Happy ending to the story, but
hey, but that's okay. You lived and learned, so that's good.
So that was my really cringy story. I thought you guys relate to it because, it's Pest Routes. Pest Routes now only has two spots, and actually, I think the third spot or notes is in the under billing and invoicing. They have an additional for like billing notes, and that will actually be seen on the invoice. But it was when we were transitioning over to the other app, and when I looked at it, those notes I put in as additional notes, they were under the invoice apps, so under the invoice notes. So
okay,
yeah, that's customer service story. As for gross stories, this one actually happened past few weeks. customer had a so-called raccoon. She thought it was a raccoon in her vent system underneath her house, and the inspection turned up. It was venting. It smelled horrendous in her bathroom, where one of the vents was coming up underneath her sink. And we took a look, and the vent, there was hair all in there and everything. And I saw it smelled like skunk. And I was like, "You sure it's raccoon? It's skunk." And she was like, in the actual vent system. And we didn't hear anything. We thought we heard something scuttle while we were crawling. It's a crawl space, so we're down on our hands. We're like we're billing our bellies in tie-back suits, like we're all the way under there. I went 1.5 feet of space, and we're cutting this vent system down. We cut it up. There's like a spot between where it went up into the floor. It's kind of hard to picture, but where it went up into the floor, and in the crawl space, there's like a 2-foot area that we couldn't get to. So we zip tied it shut. We took all the vent that had been there's like 3 inches of skunk poop in there. It's nasty. But we ended up putting for part of the system, we put in a one-way door for him to go out into a trap so we can trap him, put up a camera and everything. And we get all done. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was like, there's that 2-foot area. And we heard something. I was like, maybe I should just check to see if that skunk or raccoon, whatever it was, gone up into the bathroom where it was been living for a while. And sure enough, Mr. Skunk had gone up, instead of going out the other direction like we thought he was, he had gone up into that 2-foot section between where I sealed up the vent and where the vent went into the actual bathroom, and the skunk was in there. And yeah, it kind of ruined my day. So we tried to remove him during the house, and we closed the bathroom doors and everything, tried to remove him that way. Couldn't get to him. So he went down into the vent system. So we had to crawl back. We blocked it off so he couldn't enter the bathroom anymore underneath the sink area. We blocked it off the top of the vent. So he was down in like a 2-foot area. So we crawled under there with our tie-back suits on underneath the house. And we tried to get him out. And if you can imagine us pulling on a skunk's tail, but on our faces, with our faces a few inches away, it didn't turn out good for the humans. So first time we ever got sprayed. And yeah, I did not. Me and the other tech did not smell good at all.
Oh, how did you get the smell off?
So funny question. So I had to actually had to throw away some of my clothes. Tyvek suit saved some of it, but I almost threw away my wallet and my phone case, everything, even though they're in my pockets, they reached. For my hair and everything, we ended up doing like the mouthwash, like fluoride and stuff like that. Like this peppermint, whatever, spearmint.
Yeah.
Mouthwash. We washed with that, and it seemed to do a good job.
But
okay. Hat and everything. I was wearing a hat and everything, so I didn't actually get it on. The gloves and everything got the most of it, so it wasn't directly on me, but still, the van, everything reeked. It was. Yeah, it was not. It was the first time actually getting sprayed pretty much directly, and yeah, it didn't make for a good day, but otherwise, it made for a good story. So
that is a really good story.
Thank
yes.
you.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you, Jonathan, for that.
I guess neither of my stories had happy endings, but
no, but they were good ones.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I want to do some research on that and see like what it takes to get the skunk smell off.
I always remember hearing people say like a tomato bath, like using tomato juice, and taking a big ass bath in it.
Yeah, but because I heard the spray that the skunks do, it's like an oil. It's not like a water base, it's like an oil spray.
So you do like an oil type cleanser.
The mouthwash makes sense because the alcohol maybe destroys the oil.
Maybe.
I don't know, but I don't know. It's so
gross.
It's so gross, man. Oh gosh. Okay. I got it.
In 3.
Wait. So I'm going to give him. There we go. Because he had 2 stories. So I'm going to give him something else. Okay, ready?
3, 2, 1. Oh, look at you.
Okay. And I gave him the 0.5 because of the first story. Thinking about it, that one was a unique story again.
Yeah.
We all do embarrassing stuff, but to think that you, like at that moment of, I just put in a bad note to this one customer and I got caught. And then thinking, like he said, how many hundreds of appointments I've done this on.
Yeah.
And how much stuff I've said. And how many customers have seen it and read it.
And now I have to go back and service them again.
Yeah. The ultimate, like, just realizing that, I mean, it would just be like, oh my gosh, like how embarrassing.
Right.
So I'm giving you the 0.5 for that.
I like
the skunk story, I do think it happens pretty often that people get sprayed, especially in our industry.
Sure.
So I don't know. I mean, but I don't know very many. So I'm going to give you a high score on that. If I did know more, I'd probably go a little bit lower, just knowing that it's pretty common.
That's true. I'm picturing you in that little 2-foot area, like literally pulling on the skunk's tail like this, like right in your face. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about.
It's just like,
just spraying all day, but solid.
Okay.
18.5.
18.5. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I like it though. All good. All right. On to the last one. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay. The last pest guest.
Restaurants and big commercial buildings.
Man, there's a lot, especially on nights. I had a restaurant in San Joaquin Valley.
Okay.
I'll give you two. I'll give you two. I had two. One restaurant, they had the German cockroaches it is the worst I ever seen. And when I say they were coming from the ceiling, they were coming from the ceiling. There were so many, they were just pushing each other out. I was there every single Tuesday night. And I would wait for them to leave, and I would grab my eliminator out the back of the truck, fill it up with my pyrocide, and flush that place. I'd be there from 9 p.m. and I'd probably stay there till almost 1 a.m. Flushing the entire place. I mean, they were coming out of everywhere, and I was surprised they never been shut down. Never been. I mean, to the point where I should have wore a Tyvek suit. Went home. What was that? That was a Thursday. Yeah, woke up Friday. Went to go get something to eat, and like I had dead cockroaches in my wallet. And it was that bad. It was that bad. It was that bad.
Oh man. Okay.
Another one, San Joaquin Valley area. Another restaurant. Get there, and this restaurant we've been going back and forth for a while now. And they had a very bad rodent issue. Very bad. Went to do my inspection, or I was there for a follow up. So I went to do my inspection. I come to the cook line. I make a left. And there's 7 full-grown rats just playing on the cook line, running from the counter onto the hot stove. I mean, everywhere. And, you hit the corner, they scat like that. But there was 7 of them, and it was it was bad. I've had experiences where I've had rats run across my feet. I've had one run up my leg.
What?
Yeah, some of these places do. Some of these places, depending on where you go at night, these places get bad. During the day, I had a hotel. I was doing a bed bug inspection, and the room was clean. I go to flip the mattress, and perfectly right there's a spoon, there's a needle, and there's some heroin. I'm like, you guys don't even clean the rooms.
Yeah.
That was a vacant room.
This was a vacant room. This is a vacant clean room. This was a vacant clean room, and I have the picture to prove it because I still have the picture till this day.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
My very first restaurant on nights, fresh in the pest control. I didn't know you couldn't service. First of all, I didn't know the restaurant had to be closed because nobody told me. They just at this time they're running so hard they just needed warm bodies.
Yeah.
Went into a restaurant. And it was Valentine's night. I had no idea. I was like, hey, I'm here to do your service. Dude, the general manager went off on me. He's like, you can't be in here. It's Valentine's Day. I got a restaurant full of people. I was like, I said, dude, I just started. I didn't know. And I said, just like that. And I just walked out. I said, I'll get them at the end of the month.
Yeah.
I'll come back later.
Yeah. So, I've had a lot of experiences. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, no, that's there's definitely nights. Yeah, you get some good stuff. That's when all the insects and the rodents come out. So that's what people don't realize is when you start hitting some early morning, late nights. I mean, you get to see some good stuff during the. All right, Lamar.
So Lamar.
Oh yeah, man, he gave us a couple good ones. He gave us a few stories on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went back to back to back. I wish he went a little bit more in depth. I know we didn't have a ton of time with him, but I got him. I got the man.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, so you tell me.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, the 0.5. The 0.5.
I know. The 0.5 creeps in.
All right, why the 0.5? Why the 8.5?
8.5 because I can tell that he probably has a ton more gruesome stories from working nights, and he was just spitballing, like just kind of recollecting things that came up as he was telling stories. And
oh yeah,
I think if he actually did go in depth on like the severity or the amount or where the cockroaches were, where the rats were, what the rats were doing in there, because I mean,
oh yeah,
walking into a place and seeing like 7 rats in a kitchen area is nuts.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen him like out and about.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I guess that's a good point. Yeah, I give him a solid 8. I think a lot of the stories, when you're in the industry, when you're doing it, when you're running it, you're going to see a lot of that stuff. The rat one was definitely a unique one. Cockroaches, pretty similar, to a lot of them. Once you're in it and you start doing these, you're going to start hitting a lot of those situations where it's like, okay, it's a little bit more normal. Mm-hmm. But he did have a ton of good ones.
Yeah.
And especially running nights, I think it only goes up from there. You're going to run 100%. Into so many. We actually had a guy who did a night run and somebody tried to jump him as he came out of the restaurant.
Oh yeah.
And he swung his B&G, hit him in the head, and dented the B&G
with the guy's head.
Yeah, with the
crackhead's head.
Yeah. So the night shifts are crazy, and you can get some good stories. That does not happen very often. It never happened to me.
Yeah.
And I ran them for a good minute. Mm-hmm. But I could only imagine, how many more stories are coming from it. So good stories, good stuff. All right. Do we need a drum roll in here? Who is the winner of the NPM?
Let's do it. So all of them, first off, great stories. And thank you guys for being brave enough to come and put your face and voice on the show. We actually really do love it. So thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
So bronze, third place, it's going to see. Okay, so Sylvia at 16. No, Sylvia. I'm sorry. Sorry, Sylvia. Lamar at 16 and a half.
Oh, Lamar 16. Oh, he got it by the half.
He got it by the half. So good job, Lamar. Point. Yep. Second place, we have Mr. Johnny Slate with the skunk and the inappropriate notes. And then first place, Wes Brown.
Yeah, no, I got to give it to Wes. That one is definitely the most unique.
Yes.
So good job, Wes. So we're going to be sending you a swag. You're going to get a hat, a hoodie, and a T-shirt. Everybody's going to get a hat no matter what. So we're going to send you guys stuff, and we'll probably send a couple extra items in those packages.
Exactly. Everybody's gonna get a little something. But for the contest, good job, Wes. So thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah. Always, so fun. So much fun. So yeah, anybody out there who's a technician, you're in the field, you got some fun stories, some crazy stuff to tell, please reach out to us. We love to hear it, and we want more.
Yeah. Exactly. Even, now that we've shifted out of NPMM, we still are doing pest guests. So we were pushing a lot in the very beginning of that month, how to do it, but Instagram, our Facebook group now is live. YouTube has some links, but the easiest one to actually get on the show or talk to us directly would be our website. Mm-hmm. So dnapestpodcast.com, there's actually a point where you can submit your Q&A questions right there in the bubble, or you can just put in, be a guest, fill a little questionnaire, we'll reach out to you. This has been a great month for NPMM. Thank you guys for all the support. Episodes drop every Monday and Thursday, so please don't miss out. If you have notifications on, whether it's Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, you're riding in your van, all the listens and support goes a long way for us. So thank you again for listening to the DNA Pest Control Podcast.